You guys may not be able to feel it from my videos, but I've been very, very tired. I look at my computer screen and my eyes really hurt. I'm looking at the computer screen every day, all the time. 90%, probably like 95% of my day is just looking at that computer screen. And it's getting to the point where it hurts my eyes to look at the damn thing. And I try to sit in my bed, lay down, make up for it, and listen to a podcast, because when you listen to a podcast, it's like you're immersed in entertainment, but you don't have to deal with the struggle of staring at the goddamn computer screen. And so when I do that, it's slightly better, but because I listened to music so loud for so long, my ears have been damaged. So when I put the headphones in and I try to listen to the podcast, I notice the faint inklings of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a bomb went off at a certain point and you're still kind of feeling the effects of it, but not in like a huge way. Like it's just kind of there, right? And it's like I'm feeling that in my ears. Like I'm feeling that shit gunked up in my ears. And when I put the headphones on and I try to listen to a podcast, it's disturbing the peace for me, because I have to deal with this fucking bullshit in my ears. And sure, it's better than, sitting on the computer all day and having my eyes destroyed because of that, but it's like I can't win either way, Either way, there's gonna be in some kind of pain. Um, oh, God. What is this world? What is this life I go down? I'm trying to get out of it. I'm trying to get out of living this way, but I never find the motivation to change. I never find the motivation to get out of this type of behavior, because it's way easier for me to wake up at 5 p.m. and stay awake the rest of the night. And I mean, I don't really like interacting with people in real life who I'm not already friends with and who I don't feel I have a sense of understanding with. When I interact with just normal people, I end up being much more quiet or much more dishonest, because I feel that those people will misunderstand what I have to say, and because I'm so scared of the misunderstanding, I will just withhold the truth, or when an opportunity to tell the truth comes up, what I'll do is I'll try to blur it, try to obfuscate it, or if I just do outright tell the full truth, I'll be so awkward in my explaining of it. I'll say a lot of ums. I'll explain it in a very weird way, because I'm just so nervous that I can't really focus on what I'm saying. And I make all these weird mistakes when I'm just talking to regular people, because it scares me. It's one of those things where, because I'm so afraid of the judgment and of the misunderstanding, that I just don't know how to talk to these normal people. I just outright don't know how to do it. And it's been one of the things that have led me to spending so much time in here alone, is because if I wake up, in the afternoon and spend all my time at night, the risk of having to interact with someone is much more low, as well as the fact that I can just put on YouTube videos and it's exactly the same thing as interacting with someone without the fear and the pain that comes from that. No, I like interacting with my friends, because there's a sense of understanding between us and there's already a mutual sense of respect. You don't have to grow that sense of respect. You don't have to earn it. It's just there already. And on the internet, it's much easier to make friends that way because there's no direct consequences. If I'm in physical person with someone, I feel threatened. And so it's difficult to hone a relationship when you feel threatened by that physicality, when you feel inherently more awkward by it. And the difference is like night and day. It's like fucking night and day. And I mean, there have been times where I was very charismatic in person. Like when I lived in Maine, I would just talk to random old people. But that was because I had kind of manufactured a persona that I knew I could go back to, where I had tried to lift myself up out of that confused and ineffectual emotional state by trying to be this grandiose character of like, I am amazing and I can, you know, manipulate whoever I talk to. That was the mindset that I was in at the time, which is a bad mindset to have, and you shouldn't think that way. But at the time, I was like, I'm just going to say whatever to these people and they're going to eat it up because I'll say exactly what they want to hear. That's fucked up. Shouldn't do that to people because you're giving them a false expectation of who you are and you're actively tricking them by doing that. And that only leads to disappointment on their part. And, if you do that, you end up hurting them, which is wrong. And so I used to do this, and it made me feel less nervous in conversation by playing up this more grandiose narrativistic character, but in the end, it was kind of dissatisfying because I knew that wasn't who I was, but I wanted it to be in the moment, and it ended up just being unfulfilling. So I was like, well, I have to be honest, or at the very least, if I'm going to be dishonest, I need to be less grandiose about it. Um,